working for Fanatics. And some people know this story a little bit, and they are the major merchandiser for sports leagues out here. So if you go to an Arizona Cardinals game, you go to an LA Rams game, you go to a Sharks game, it's going to be like, here's the Sharks store, a Fanatics experience. And I've had a relationship with them for years. And then once I moved out here, I was hosting some live shows for them. And DeAndre Swift was one of the interviews that I did, Detroit Lions running back. And I would just chat with him about, anything. It would be fun. We'd bring in some people that bought some VIP passes to be a part of this Zoom call. And they had this whole live show. And that was after I moved to Arizona. And I was actually working at Turning Point at the same time I was working for Fanatics, but nobody knew I was working at Turning Point.
Dipping.
Because I was like SEAL Team 6. I was like, all right, I moved out here. My buddies were like, dude, you can host remotely anywhere.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, all right, great. So I can host some of these sports shows, still have my foot in the door here, and then do some good stuff for the conservative movement, because I wasn't ready to come out as conservative, which is such a crazy thing to think about. Because I knew being conservative didn't define me, but for a lot of executives and outlets and networks, that does define you.
Yeah, it's immediately like, let's check this guy out, but, conservative, we don't want any potential controversy, so we're just going to move on to somebody who's not. Because they'll go with the consensus thinking. So
what ended up happening was, while I was working here, I just felt like a lot more empowered. I had a lot of conversations with people. I wasn't really open about all this stuff on social media because, once again, it's career suicide. So the advice that I give people, I'm like, you can't just go out guns blazing with this conservative stuff and be like, I don't get why I lost my job, or I don't get why I am just having tough conversations with people about this, or I don't understand why people hate me. Like, people are so unbelievably emotional. But I thought, for me, how can I post something that would still, kind of keep me safe, but at least start some more conversations? So while working for Fanatics and being an undercover TPUSA worker, not letting anybody know about that, our governor said, Governor Ducey here, and that was last year, that was 2021, pretty early 2021, said that individuals and businesses decide for yourself when it comes to masking. So for me, I was like, I hate going to the gym and wearing a mask, because I really don't feel like the science stands up that we're really keeping each other safe, and that this is actually really good for me. So I was like, great. He came down with this order. So I went to Esporta, my gym out here.
Well, and gyms were one of the first ones to jump on of immediately. They went, okay, optional, like it's our choice. So you guys don't have to wear them anymore.
Exactly. So I show up there, and then for me too, like what I normally did was I'd walk into a business and I'd ask them, like, do I need to wear a mask? So I asked people at the front, hey, do I need to wear a mask? They're like, no, you guys don't need to wear a mask. We still are as workers, but feel free to decide for yourself. What a concept. But from there, I was like, dude, there was a few people I interacted with at the gym, not just white, blonde hair, blue eyes, like right-wingers. There were some people, like there was this one Hispanic dude that was like, he came up to me, he's like, dude, he's like, I can't believe it. He's like jumping up and down. He's like, this is great. Like he said, I'm free. I was like, this is cool. And so gym mirror selfies never look good. But for me, I was just like, the hell, I'm not going to ask somebody to take a photo of me.
Yeah.
Here, you get that real quick.
Make sure to get a quick pump in before you take the picture.
Oh, for sure. Definitely had to just do a couple curls, and then curls for the girls.
Wait. How much can you curl?
I have no idea, because I never max out when I curl.
Okay.
I feel like it's usually.
Well, what's your standard? Like, what are you curling on a regular basis?
I mean, yesterday when I was curling, I'm usually doing like a 4x12 like set. I do like supersets usually. So usually going to be like 35.
Okay. Because I see those like absolute beefcake dudes at the gym who they are like grabbing like 90s. And those are my favorite people at the gym, dude. That's, I aspire to be them one day.
Those people are bonkers.
Like, I love those guys.
Those guys freaking meatheads.
So I was just trying to qualify how much of a meathead is John Root. But yeah, no. So you take
much of a meathead.
You take this, gym mirror selfie, thinking nothing of it,
and then I posted on Instagram. And for me, I posted on Instagram and Twitter, and I think I posted on Facebook as well. Just all my platforms, and basically just ended up saying, thank God I live in a place where I can decide for myself. Thank God for freedom of choice. People lost their mind. Simple as that, because that was during a time where people literally thought that I was killing people. I was called the worst names. People were they were throwing out death threats to me. They're saying, they said, I hope this guy, this white supremacist dies. I hope this like Nazi looking dude's family is murdered.
Of course.
And I mean, this kind of stuff where it was just so emotional. And for me, I was like, wow, this backlash is crazy. But the way my mind was working was, this is also funny because people were trying to make fun of me for my legs. I don't really feel like I don't have chicken legs, but man, there was some really, really funny comments that I got.
You like what you just saw and you want more non-woke sports talk and conversation? Of course you do. Make sure you head over to the Breakaway YouTube channel, subscribe, also hit the like button. We give you all that sports news without the nonsense. That's what you're looking for. We're also on Instagram at TPUSA Breakaway. Appreciate y'all. Go Sports.